Good morning, YouTube family, diary watchers, readers, friends. It's Renee with another diary entry. Today is Wednesday, November 5th. I am currently spreading some cream cheese on my bagel. I am going to go to Hobby Lobby to get some Christmas items for the tree that I'm going to be putting up very soon. Yes, I'm one of those people. I will be putting it up very early because this world, or my world, needs a little bit of joy and holiday spirit, magic, happiness. So let's start the vlog. I'm back and we're starting the vlog. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I do have a cold. As I was talking about it briefly in my last video of the undelivered fun, the fun delivered unboxing video. That I was feeling like I had like water go down my nose. So like I felt like I was getting a cold, and lo and behold, I have one. And my ex-husband is even sicker than me. I must have brought it home from the bus trip with the kids or shortly thereafter. But yeah, he has it worse than I do. He has a fever, and he's very congested in his chest with a cough. So he's in the other room laying on the couch with the dogs watching TV, and I'm in the bedroom, in my bedroom. So yeah, this is just a catch-up video of what's been going on. Not much really of anything. Today is the last day that I have health insurance through my government job. The deferred resignation ended on September 30th with like my last pay, and my insurance was continued for like a month afterwards, and it ends today. So I will no longer have health insurance or prescription plan. So that's a bit concerning to me. I have been looking for jobs. I've been applying for jobs. There are no callbacks. There are no interviews. There is no response to my resume. And I spoke to another person yesterday, a coworker on my team with the government that took the deal as well. All of us on our team took it except one person. And we're all still looking for positions outside, you know, whether remote or outside in an office setting, except for one. My supervisor, she did get a part-time job like quickly in June. So she's doing okay, but I don't think she's making what she made when, you know, we took the deal. So yeah, so that's concerning. There's nothing that is out there that's responding to myself. This other coworker that I did talk to yesterday, she's been sending out resumes and no response. And maybe it's ageism. You know, I don't know how they would even know your age. I guess by like how many jobs you're putting on and like the time frame of when you work those positions. If they're doing research on the back end to see, you know, how old you are, like if they feel that you're too old, they're not going to want to hire you due to age, or possibly you're commanding a high salary for your job experience, your career experience, you know, and things are so expensive now. We went grocery shopping the other day. We got 2 bags and it was like $70, and there was like no meat except for like 2 packs of bacon. it's just insane of how much food costs now, everything. And it's sad to say, even when I go thrifting for my antique booth to see what I can find to, upsell and make a couple dollars on, they're freaking, the prices in the thrift stores are like out of control. Like, unbelievable. I just don't get it. I did go thrifting yesterday. I bought a few things. I'll show you one of them in a minute. And I went today and I left that stuff in the car. Like one thing is really for me. And then a couple other things I'm going to resell. But it's just so expensive. And I'm like being really selective. I want to make money. And I'm not making a ton of money in my booth. I barely make my rent, if I make my rent. And I guess that's bad business. But I need to unload this stuff because I really need to get rid of these garages come August to save some money because I rent 3 garages here. So after the holidays is going to be like a time crunch between January to August. I'm going to be like listing crap like crazy, just selling it just to get rid of it and make $1 or $2 just so I can like liquidate. Because I don't know what I'm doing in August. I don't know if we're going to be in this apartment. Are we going to have to get a cheaper apartment somewhere? I don't even know if I said this. So like this is a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath apartment. It's on the first floor. And I got it because it has a patio that the dogs can be on. That I don't have to walk down steps if there's a elevator issue or a fire alarm issue. Like I could just walk out my patio and be with it. I can't carry 2 30-pound dogs each. 60 pounds of dogs down steps. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. So that was the reason I got this apartment, but it's very, very expensive. I mean, it was my mortgage payment in my house that we sold last year. But it's water under the bridge now. I can't do anything about it, but I do like the apartment layout. However, with the ex-husband living here, he is sleeping on this side of the bed. We did not set the bed up in the den because of, I don't know. It's just easier because I have it as a den. I have a pull-out sofa for when our son comes to visit. And then I have my desk in there. And that's where I do like my eBay selling with listing and doing all that stuff and pricing all my stuff for my booth. So it's like a work area. So now when the apartment lease is up in August, I would love to go find a 2-bedroom home or apartment to rent if we are still living together. It's probably a real possibility due to financial situation for both of us. He did apply for disability and Social Security. We did that a few weeks ago. We haven't heard anything as of yet. So I know there's going to be a delay in that now with the government shutdown. So if he gets his disability, the long-term disability, hopefully that will alleviate, stress on him with money. I mean, he has savings, but I mean, we're going through our savings now at a record pace because now I'm not working. I'm not collecting a paycheck. And I don't know when I'm going to find a job. That's very concerning. I'm getting nervous now, but I know I will be in full-blown like panic mode probably come January because my time is going. It's just clocking faster and faster. I did apply for unemployment. I don't know if I'll get it. Because I did do the deferred resignation program. So it's basically I resigned from my job. However, there was a space to where I could put a comment as to why I resigned. And I stated that our entire federal government was being bullied into taking this deal because there was no guarantee that we would have a job later, because they were going to do a reduction in force because, you know, they want to slim down the government, which I can understand. I'm sure there's bloat and fluff everywhere in every department. And then the other reason I took it is because there was word in our department that they were going to be closing. We were in the small business administration section of the government, and the department, the like mini department within that group, they were doing away with that, our department. They were cutting it, and everybody would either be laid off or sent to another department if they needed other help. But I mean, with all the other departments, we're cutting down their employee count. There was no guarantee that we would be able to, you know, still work there. So that is why I took it. So I basically said we were bullied into taking it. And I'm going to see how it goes. I did hear from somebody that lives in a neighboring state, and they applied for unemployment and they did get it, and they took the deal. So I'm hopeful that maybe I will get the deal, and that will alleviate, you know, a little bit of money coming in. It's not going to be what I made, not even close, but it's something to where it will give me a little bit of breathing room. And hopefully, I mean, if they have like a job training, or if they pay for classes or certifications of something, maybe I'll try a new career. I just want something that's going to be stable, which who knows if anything is stable at this point anywhere. But that's a hopeful plan that I will get that. So I'll keep you posted. I just applied for it over the weekend. I was kind of going back and forth. Should I apply? Should I not apply? I mean, what's the worst they could say is no, and I can appeal it. So I'm going to go with it. I've paid into the system all my life. I've worked since 16 years old, and I'm 58, soon to be 59. And I think the total amount of time that I did not work from 16 to now maybe totaled 2.5 years. And that had to do with being laid off and also with having my children. So I know I paid into there, and I think I collected unemployment one time in my career life, my working life. So, and I don't even think I took, I think it was like just under 6 months, because then I did get a job. No, because it was after Christmas. We were let go in January, and I found a job in April. So I didn't even use the full 6 months, and I paid into that system, and I'm hopeful that I can actually get it and be approved for it. But I'll keep you posted. So I did go thrifting yesterday and today. This is so funny. So I found like vintage, like Christmas cards that are blank inside. Like I found a whole bunch of vintage looking cards on Temu. I don't really shop on Temu, but I figured this would be good for the booth, because I did buy vintage looking postcards, and I'm selling the heck out of them for $1 a piece. And it was funny, there was a guy that was on Instagram that came from Philadelphia, and came over like on our like New Jersey Transit, like Patco and the River Line. It's like, you know, mass transit. And they stopped in Burlington, and they went to our antique mall, and he was doing a video of like all the stuff that was in this town, that it's in Burlington, New Jersey is where my booth is at. And he was outside our store, and he was showing in his video, his Instagram post, 2 postcards that he bought, and they were from my booth. So they're doing really well. So I found that out yesterday, but I bought these from Temu maybe a couple weeks ago. I just got them, and I got vintage looking Christmas cards. Okay, this says hi, and they're blank inside. Here's another one. Like, aren't they cute? And I'm thinking this would be good. You know, it's retro looking. They're not old. They're brand new, made to look retro, blank inside. People can write their own stuff or whatever. So like I got these cards, and I'm like, okay, well maybe they'll sell, and I'm listing them for $1. Comes with the envelope, and they can write their own thing. So I got a bunch of Christmas ones, I'm just showing you a few of them. And then I got other ones that are retro looking, like here's a birthday card. Let's see, hopefully I don't show the same ones. Let's see. Try to get the glare off. And then, let's see, I got other ones that are like, there's that one. I don't know if that was the same one. Like this. And they're still blank inside. And so I got a whole bunch. And then I got ones that are just like, here's other ones like sarcastic. I got stuff like this that are blank, so like gift cards. So maybe if they see something in the mall that they like, that they might gift to somebody, they can look for cards. And so I got some retro looking ones, and yeah, birthday, Christmas, just flowery looking ones, funny ones. Yeah, so hopefully I like this one. This is pretty. I don't know why. These are like, it's like a whole set of like these type of cards. So $1 a piece, I figured they'll sell because the postcards are selling. And then when I went thrifting yesterday, I found this, it looks like felt, but it's like, I don't know, it's like a canvas type of thing. And it says holiday cheer, and it has like little trees on the end. And I put all the cards in there. So I'm gonna make a little sign and say holiday and greeting cards, $1 each. And hopefully they'll go and people will like them. So let me know what you think of that. And then this other thing I got yesterday, this is two things, but I combined them into one. Combined into one. So I got the frame separate, and the picture within the frame was separate in another frame that didn't really kind of go with it. So that picture I put in this frame, and the picture is actually, it looks like a greeting card that someone mounted on a piece of construction paper or whatever, like a creamy yellow, and then they dropped glitter, silver glitter all over it. The frame is silver and gold, and it's holiday. And I'm like, I think I like this. I want to keep it, but I might put it in my booth, so we'll see. Look at how pretty that is. What do you think of that? I just liked it. I'm like, that's a good idea. And I'm like, someone made the picture or put I think it's a card, a greeting card, and they put it on the backing, and then they did the glitter all over it. The glitter doesn't move, like they sprayed it on. And then I found the frame. It's an 8x10 frame, and it has silver around here, and then that's gold. So let me know what you think of that. I thought it was pretty. I don't know. And I think the frame really does it justice. The other frame was not, it didn't match the Santa motif at all. So, and I think I can use the frame for something else that I thrifted, that the frame was broken, the glass was broken inside, and it was a cheaper frame. And I think the surrounding, the outside will match this picture. And it is a signed like watercolor picture that I think it will do well in my booth or on eBay. So let me know what you think of that. I thought it was cute. Anyway, so that's that. And I'm joining a book club at my complex, and I'm just started reading this book. And let me know if anybody's read this book. It's The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This is my little bookmark. It was a piece of what is this? I don't even know. Oh, my ribbon that was on my desk. I was looking for stuff for Halloween, and I'm like, you know what? I need a bookmark, so I can't find my bookmark, so I put it in here. Look how big this is. And that's all I've read so far today. And the book meeting is on the 19th of November. So I got to get moving on this. Let me know if you read this, and let me know, hey, if you have it and you want to read it, and we can maybe discuss it, and we'll have a book club on my channel if you're interested. And then we'll go from there. But that's what I'm doing now. Since I'm not working, I might as well start reading, right? Let's see what else is going on. My mom and my stepdad are doing okay. He's sleeping all the time. I guess it's the medicine that he's on now. She doesn't wake him. When he gets up, she gives him his medicine. So he's been taking it. He has not left the house up here. I went over there the other day to drop off her keys for her mailbox. Now that she's kind of up and mobile, I guess. And it's so sad. I walked in there and she's sitting in the den, and you can't even like get into the den like all the way. It's just like completely filled up to the door area, and her desk, like, so you walk in, the desk is like here and you're walking in. You can't get past like the door area and the desk. You can just come in, sit at the desk, and that's it. There's nowhere else to go in the room. We went over there the other day to drop the keys off, and she's sitting in the den in the dark with all her crap. And I'm thinking that she probably wanted us to stay and sit with her. I just had to get out of there. I can't be in that place. It's just so depressing. It's dark, dreary, overloaded, and depressing. And I had to get out of there. And she's not doing anything to help herself. So there's that. I know I was talking about a couple videos ago about, how to tell her about Thanksgiving. I haven't told her yet, but I am pretty sure I am not going to be spending Thanksgiving with them. They're gonna have to figure something else out. It's sad, but I need peace, and I don't even know if I'm cooking. And if I'm cooking, I'm just doing it for the four of us, or we'll go out to dinner. It'd probably be cheaper to cook. But I'll see what goes on with the kids and what they want to do. I'm concerned for our son coming home, because now with the air traffic controllers and the shutdown and all that, I don't feel like flying is like safe enough. And as it goes on longer, there's going to be more people calling out, more delays, more cancellations. So I'm like thinking, should I just tell him not to come at Thanksgiving and or he could drive, he has a car, but like, should I just have him just stay there and not bother? Because I don't know. It's just, this is just so depressing. This whole, I don't know. Does anybody else feel depressed with the state of the country, regardless of what side you're on? I just feel like I wish we can go back like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where it really didn't matter who you voted for or who was in office, because there's not a lot of drama. Yeah, that's all I'll say on that. Trying to think what else is going on. So I didn't talk about this in the last video. There was a Halloween or Oktoberfest party up at our clubhouse. And I know I mentioned this before with a situation with a few of the neighbors. One neighbor upstairs that I felt like I was being excluded. If I can find that video, I will link it up here. But I felt like I and my ex-husband were excluded again on this last get-together party up at the clubhouse. So they had a brand new, they call it a ballroom. It's like an all-purpose room, but it's pretty. And it has like an area for like if you wanted to have a small wedding there, like people can rent it out, or a party or whatever. And they had a band. They had food. So we were kind of all standing around waiting to go in, and I was hoping that we would be able to all sit together, but the group that this neighbor was in, and I know the people, like they're very, very nice, and they're residents here, they all converged on this one table, and it was like musical chairs. Like people had to be left out of sitting at that table with them because there weren't enough chairs, so you had to pick another table. So basically it was me and my ex-husband, we were left out, and had to take another table because there was no room for us, because they all converged on the same table at the same time, and it was like musical chairs, and we were left standing like, okay, I guess we have to pick another table to sit at. So we sat at another table. Another resident that I've never met before, she sat with us, and I just felt excluded. For that reason, I felt excluded. And then more so when they were taking pictures of everybody at that group, that table, they didn't even like ask to have to take pictures with us. Like, we weren't even included in that. And that made me feel really pissed off, and excluded again, more so than before. And yeah, so I have not talked to any of them. And well, I did talk. Well, it was funny because that party was last Wednesday, and then Friday, the past Friday that just passed, was bingo, and my ex-husband and I went up to play that, and the lady that lives upstairs, that's the one, I feel like excludes me, and her like group of people or whatever. She came up to me and she was talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, hi, how are you? I was very polite, and she was polite. And then she was trying to talk to me more, and I was like, kind of like short and sweet to the point. Like, I wasn't going out of my way to like be friendly or friendlier or whatever. But I won the last bingo game. It was the Cover All page. I won $130. I was so excited. And they're like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, thank you. And I bolted out. We bolted out. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, there's no reason to talk to anybody because they don't talk to me, only when it's convenient for them. Just like, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous thing, but the day before the party, you could get dressed up for Halloween, but it was called Oktoberfest. So she calls me and she's like, do you have a glue gun? I'm like, yeah. She goes, can I borrow it, or can you help me? Because I need to glue something on my costume. I'm like, okay, I'll come up as soon as I get home with it. And I helped her. But then the night of the party, it was like, I was like invisible, basically, not sitting with them at the table, not being included in any pictures. And also, after we ate, my husband and I, ex-husband, I should just call him by his name. As soon as we ate, we left because I didn't want to be there anymore, because I was just kind of disappointed in like people's behavior to make people feel excluded and that they didn't matter. And maybe I'm just reading into it too much. Maybe I'm too sensitive, whatever. I don't care. I'm too sensitive. But I'll find some new friends, and that is why I joined the book club here at the apartment complex. And I know some of those people, most of the people that were there at that table do not do the book club. So I'm going to be doing it, hopefully, and meet some new people and try to become friends with other people. Maybe they felt, I don't know, maybe they felt that we didn't want to sit with them, which was not the case, because I was trying to talk to them before we went into the room, and then they just got, I don't know, what's the word? Like, they saw somebody else and then they would like leave us and then go talk to them, and that's fine. But like when you're in the middle of a conversation and they like, oh, hold on, and then they leave, and I'm like, but we were talking and you didn't even care about like our conversation. You just like went to another person's conversation. So whatever. What else? Let me know what you think. Am I too sensitive? Maybe I am. Let me see, what else? I don't know what else to talk about, but that's my update for now. The dogs are good. I'm in the bedroom. They are out there with the ex. keeping him company while he's sick on the couch. And let's hope he doesn't get any sicker. And let's hope I don't get any sicker. I think I'm on the mend. I have energy. I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I'm just a little congested. And sometimes I have a runny nose. But other than that, I feel fine. Anyway, I hope you're going to have a great day today. I'm going to probably try to get this posted later on today or tomorrow. And probably tomorrow, because I have to edit it. Not that I edit. I'm not an editing person whatsoever. My videos are probably very boring for you. But I'm very thankful that you watch and you tune in and you give me all the comments and you support me. So I am appreciative of that. And I wish you all could live near me, because maybe we could be hanging out together in real life. But this is the best I can do through video, through YouTube. So we'll do it that way. So I want you to take care of yourselves. Have a great Wednesday. And I will see you in the next video diary entry. Bye for now.